You, a police officer of the Philippine National Police, general kayo, tapos papasok kayo nan. Yan ang mahirap. Do not ever commit the mistake. It's a worldwide problem. There's a global war there. Huwag kayong pumasok dyan. Kasi sinabi ko na, I have said it before in every forum, and I've said it, I'll say it now again for the end time. Do not destroy my country during my watch. Do not destroy the young Filipinos of our tomorrow. They will be the ones running the show when we are gone. We are not rich, and that is why I said, I'll give you a leeway. You retire at the age of 56. Most of your children are still in college. And that is why I'm doing everything to give you. Actually, I'm selling. No, I'm selling. I will give to you itong grounds. You better look for another campus. Oh, there, yung bagong ano ninyo. Total police kayo, military. You go out of the urban areas. It's not profitable. Then, you have the land. Gusto kong ibigay sa inyo, pero ayaw ni Dominguez. Dominguez wants it done just like the GSIS, the government insurance system. So inyo yan, ibigay ko sa police pati sa armed forces. Then just like Taguig, you can lease the land. It's all prime lands. Yun ang ano ninyo. So that an ordinary police can send his children, and if that child would become a lawyer, which is 10 years in the waiting, doctor 10 years rin, makapag-aral ka ng anak mo. You will be earning billions there. And Sonny Dominguez does not want to give it to you. I do not, he might not have the enough trust, but I trust him because he's a banker. And it's a good one. May sarili kayong Jesus. So just wait, and that will come before I leave the office. Gaya ng kampo ninyo, maghanap ako ng pera. You have been receiving a lot of assistance, kayong mga pulis. Tama yung sinabi ni General Bayalde. Bilyon ang binitawan ko sa inyo just to acquire the intelligence capability and everything. I leave that message in your heart that I'm not trying to be, I do not play God. I am not God. But there are things in this world connected with your performance of duty. You just strike a happy balance there. And you will not have a problem with me. But yung drugs, I made a promise, if you destroy my country. Alam mo, alam ninyo yan eh. Itong pamilya, husband, wife, 3 children. If this guy falls down, the entire family becomes dysfunctional. So the wife, with no income, no nothing, children have stopped schooling, they go to Malaysia to seek employment. To the Middle East, they go to this fly-by-night recruitment and they find hell there. Kaya, you know, from a simple, not to mention the family, the victims, there is no count. Now, I'd like to ask, dito naman lahat, we're all here. I'm being heard, I suppose, with the entire Philippines. I really do not know what's the thing about the numbers we're doing. Every day, there's in the government channel 8888. My briefer for that day includes, or it is even in the first page, of the drug cases all throughout the country, at least those that were investigated by the police. And I will have to assume that you have due performance of duty. And every day you consider A. Those A, close in parentheses, arrested, Rodrigo Duterte A. Then the number or quantity of Cebu. That AA is arrested. The N is neutralized. We do not even know if he was killed or he was neutralized in the sense that he was rendered inutile and could no longer play the game. Yan ang ano ko, kasi ang tataka ako, why is this stupid human rights? Where do all of the killings are charged to us? We are bound by our oath of office. I go by government records of what you report to me and I publish it. Every day it's there and they can make a count. In one day, there's not even one death. That is all the crime incidents involving drugs. Puro arrest, then neutralize, then arrest. Look at I am bound by the reports of the Philippine National Police and the military. I cannot get my facts from the security agencies, from private persons. Worse from the... So we have said we have killed about 5. I'm sorry. That is how it is, because they are really armed to kill. How many policemen have I lost? Okay? In Marawi, it was not a revolution outright or a rebellion. The fighting or the ROCO started when the police went to with the warrant of arrest sa isang Maote leader. Then they refused to surrender, even with the warrant. So the police retreated because of the superior firepower. So the next day, when the Marines went in, all of them who were crossing the Pande River were they all died. So there was fighting. What started? What was the reason? Was it because they wanted to remove a portion of our territory to be their own? No. I've been telling you since I became mayor, Marawi is the laboratory of the Philippines. By the seizure there, confiscation by tons. Tons, they do not pounds. So we had to act. And in the process, we had to go to war. It was a drug war. I lost so many soldiers and policemen there. Human rights. You parlay that kind of lies worldwide. And you are Filipinos. Give us something which we can start toward on. Where and how, by what means, you start with those questions. And I said, if you see a person, a dead carcass there, and say it's killed by, you just assume na druga yan. We go by the official records investigated by the police. Those cases were investigated. It's there published every day. And you can hardly find a confrontation or an arrest, in the process of arresting. It's about only 2-3% every day. The rest are really neutralized, arrested. So I am not defending you. I'm just telling the truth. And I said, go ahead, perform your duty in accordance with law. For the basic course of the ordinary police officer, he has 2 years of lecture. When I was mayor of Davao City, I married early. And so there was not enough to go around with money. I had to teach criminal law, criminal evidence, criminal procedure in the academy. Since 1973. I used to give, I'm still giving special lectures now. I have, if you just listen, I have a matrix. And that is all that you would need in your entire life as a peace officer. Find some time, you assemble here, and I will present the PowerPoint. If you will listen very carefully, that is what police work is all about. I'll take about an hour, 30 minutes. Do not, never mind the books. But even the lawyers and judges do not agree with the interpretation of the provisions there. Just listen to me. I'll give you a lecture in the eyes of a public prosecutor. Yun lang. Pagbigyan lang ninyo ako ng panahon ninyo. I'm sorry I overshot my... I didn't even realize that I failed to bring my watch. So, congratulations on your anniversary. Happy birthday. I said, stay clean. And if you have to go to business to improve your lives, go ahead. Every Filipino is entitled to it. It is not limited to the already rich and the guys who were there historically in the beginning, and it was all illegal. Now it is an illegal, then another one, they put in tandem the illegal. If you can assure me that there will be no corruption, maybe I will consider. But if I am not satisfied, and if the big guys are still there to manipulate the game, I will not allow it. I'm sorry. Lahat naman to, all of us, the order is to protect government interest. Nothing follows. We are stuck to that oath. What is the oath? To protect the people and to preserve the republic. You cannot preserve a nation by allowing the drugs to swallow our children. As I said, if you do that, I will kill you. I'm sorry, but I'm telling you the truth. Do not do it. If you want to stop, just drop it. Just like the communist guys, if you want to surrender, just drop it. Drop your gun and go to the nearest police or military camp. And I will give you a house, provide you with the skills that is there. During the time that you are learning the skill, I will pay you. Libre pagkain. I'll take care of your food until such time that you're able to make it on your own. But to the police, you are all handsome. Do not be ugly. it is not good. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Mr. President.